So today we're going to be introducing the concept of an improper fraction and a mixed number. So far we've been dealing with a lot of fractions, and all of them have been normal fractions, what we consider proper fractions. And that's going to be anywhere where your numerator is less than your denominator. So your 1/2, your 3/4s, your 2/3s, these are all considered proper fractions. Your numerator is a smaller number than your denominator. Proper fractions. So if I told you these were proper, you can probably guess what the improper fractions are going to be. That's where your numerator is the same or greater than your denominator. Your numerator has to be a bigger number or has to be the same number as your denominator. So you have your 3/3, you have your 4/2, you have your 6/4s. These are going to be what we consider improper fractions. So improper fractions. Your numerator is going to be either the same or larger than your denominator. So if we have both proper fractions and improper fractions, and those seem like they kind of cover all of your fractions, what is a mixed number? How does that fit into this picture? Well, a mixed number is just going to be another way of writing your improper fractions. Fun fact, your improper fractions will be able to either convert into a whole number or a mixed number depending on the improper fraction. But we'll talk more about converting between the two in another video. We're not covering that right now. But your improper fraction and your mixed numbers, those are just going to be two different ways of saying the same thing. Think of it like someone saying tomato, tomato, or potato, potato. You know, it's just the same thing, just another way of saying it, maybe an accent way of saying it. And how it shows up in math is in some situations, one is going to be more preferable for you to use than the other. Well, that's nice and all, but we still don't know how a mixed number looks. Is it going to look anything like what we have or like something completely different? You can kind of guess from the name mixed number that it's probably going to look a little bit different from what we have here. In fact, it's going to be a mixture of a whole number and a proper fraction. So a mixed number is, I'm just break that here. A mixed number is going to be a whole number, so let's say 1, and a proper fraction, not improper. The numerator has to be less than your denominator. So something like this is a mixed number. Notice there's a whole number component and a proper fraction component. So you have your whole number and your proper fraction. Put those together, that's your mixed number. So we have proper fractions, we have improper fractions, and then we have mixed numbers. We've talked about what they mean definition-wise, but let's bring this to life with a visual. When thinking about your improper fraction and your mixed numbers, you're going to tackle it the same way you would a proper fraction. So let's start with a proper fraction. Let's say I have a slice of pizza out of this pizza pie cut in 4. I have one slice out of this pizza pie cut in 4. I would say I ate 1/4 of the pizza. I'll write this a different way. No need to shorthand it. I ate 1/4 of the pizza. I have left 3/4 of the pizza. So I ate 1/4 and I have 3/4 left if I ate that slice of pizza. This is how you would visualize fractions or your proper fractions using pizza here. This kind of makes sense because there's 4 slices. I ate one of them, hence my numerator. I have 4 slices. There's 3 left, hence my numerator. The same thing is going to be true for your improper fraction. So let's say I was a bit hungrier. So there's more pizzas. We have more pizzas. So instead of just a 1, I have a couple of these pizzas. So I'll say 1, 2, 3 slices or 3 pizza pies, and each one of them is going to be cut into 4. So each pizza pie is cut into 4. Now, I'm hungry. I'm really, really hungry now. Instead of just eating the 1 slice before, I'm going to eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to eat 5 slices. So if we did the same thing, remember, we counted up how many slices? 5. And we put it over what? Well, we cut all of these into 4s. Just like we did before, where we ate 1 slice and we wrote over 4 because it was cut into 4s. We're doing the same thing here. I ate a little bit more. So I ate 5/4 slices. And by extension, how many do we have left? Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can say have left 7/4. Now, this looks kind of wacky. You probably wouldn't say to your friends or your family, yeah, I ate 5/4 of a pizza, or I have 7/4 of a pizza left. It probably doesn't really make much sense. Once again, like I said, depending on the scenario, one is probably going to be used over the other. So you probably wouldn't use an improper fraction here, but you may use a mixed number. Now, I said I'm not going to convert, but you can kind of see what the mixed number is going to be. If I was to say, how many pizzas did you actually eat? You say, I had 1 whole pizza, right? I had 1 whole pizza and 1 slice of the next one. And like, well, how many slices was that next one? And you're like, well, I had 1 slice out of the total 4 slices that were there. So you had 1 whole pizza and you had 1 slice of the remaining 4, or total 4 of that second one. So you would say, you'll probably say the mixed number version over the improper fraction version, but they mean the same exact thing. Likewise, if you were to say how much was left, you probably wouldn't say 7/4 of a pizza. You would say we have 1 whole pizza and we have 1, 2, 3/4 of another pizza left. Your mixed number means the same thing as your improper fraction, just another way of writing it. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today. And if you did, be sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button. See you again next week.